Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're making whipped lemonade, frosted lemonade, cream lemonade, frozen lemonade, whatever name you've heard it called by. It is trending, and it is trending for good reason because it is good. And there's a lot of different ways that you can make this, but we're kind of doing the most popular and the basic, and we'll talk about some of the other ways. All you need for a serving, and I'm doing just a serving today, you need a lemon, good sized lemon. You want to juice it and zest it, and you should have about 1/4 cup of lemon juice. You need about 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk and about 1/4 cup of whipping cream. And the only other thing you need is some ice. So 1 lemon, 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup. And it's basically equal parts of lemon juice, sweetened condensed milk, and whipped cream or heavy cream mixed with ice. Now I've got almost 1.5 cups of crushed ice. If you're using crushed ice, you want at least 1 cup. If you're using ice cubes, you want about 1.5 cups. Now, before we do this, I want to take just a second and ask you to please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Leave us a comment so we know you're out there. Just say howdy. Share our videos with your friends and click like on this. It would really mean a lot to the channel, and it would mean a lot to me personally. Thank you so very much. Okay, so let's whip us up a frosted lemonade, whipped lemonade, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even going to measure my lemon juice. It's a lemon, and I do have a little pulp in there. Now, there's one lady who, I'm trying to get the seeds out, but it's not going to hurt anything if you get a seed in there because we're going to blend this. There is one lady who, she blends up her whole lemons, just puts her lemons in a blender and blends them up, and then she strains them. And she said that's because you get a lot of stuff that you do not get if you just juice the lemon. If you just juice the lemon, all you get is the sour. Now, I am adding the zest to this, which is optional. But the zest gives you the lemon oil, which has a lot of flavor in it and an incredible aroma. And we taste with our sense of smell and our sense of taste. So if you have that zest in there, it's going to taste more lemony. If you do blend up the whole lemon and then you strain it, it's going to add in a bitter note as well. But there's a lot of vitamins and stuff in the peel of lemons and other citrus fruits. So, you know, if you like a little bitter, you can definitely blend the whole lemon and then strain it to get some of the pulp out, and then you blend it again just like what we're going to do. It's a different taste, and I do kind of like it, but I don't think I like it all the time. If you like stuff a little less sweet and a little more tart, you don't need a full 1/4 cup. I actually probably end up using about 3 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk for myself. Melinda liked it with about 3 tablespoons. We did these in a live stream, and the dagnabbit internet kept cutting out, and even when it wasn't cutting out completely, it was all blurry. So if y'all would like to watch the live stream, that was put up Saturday. All right, that's plenty. And then the 1/4 cup of whipping cream. And all you do is blend it. Now I'm going to use my little immersion blender, but you can use a big blender, especially if you're making a lot of these. But these are a really good, cool summer treat for those of us who don't have a lot of people in the house all the time. And you don't have to keep ice cream in the freezer until it gets freezer burn, either that or eat it all, which I tend to do. If I have too much ice cream, I eat it. I don't want it to go bad. And that's all there is to it. You just blend it until it's nice and smooth and creamy. And it's all frosty and frozen and thick and just delicious. It has fairly simple ingredients in it. And if you don't want to use the sweetened condensed milk, you can use half and half in this. And then you can sweeten it with honey or some sort of low carb sweetener, something like monk fruit or something like that if you need a lower carb version of this. If I wasn't using the sweetened condensed milk and I was just going to use a milk, I would use half and half, because a half a cup of heavy whipping cream is going to leave it really kind of, it's going to be too fatty, I think. If you like it more fatty, you can go ahead and use the whipping cream. But if you want a no-calorie version, half and half, and then a no-calorie sweetener. And mason jars work really, really good for stuff like this. And they work really, really good with the immersion blender. And you can certainly serve it right in the mason jar. But Melinda got these really pretty glasses, that we used in the live stream. And so I thought I would use them again in this video. And it makes a really big serving, the 1 lemon and the 1/4 of the cup of everything. And like I said, it is so very tasty. And it's one of those things you can enjoy without a lot of guilt. Even with the sweetened condensed milk, there's absolutely nothing artificial in it. The sweetened condensed milk is just milk and sugar. And if you want the no-calorie version, or if you want a cheaper version, you can use half and half and then use sugar, which is much cheaper than the sweetened condensed milk and the heavy whipping cream. But these are absolutely delicious. Try them this summer. Hang on to this recipe. And I know it's hot, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Turn that TV off, make you some whipped lemonade. But I do want to leave you with a little bit of encouragement. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven." Now, whatever you're going through, whether it's just the heat of summer or whether it's the greatest trial of your life, it will only last for a season. Everything changes, and whatever it is that you're going through, it will change as well. Plant your hope and your faith in the Lord. Trust Him and walk through it with Him. And if it's just summer kind of wearing on you, these 90-degree temperatures, enjoy them, get through them with some whipped lemonade. And remember, before long, winter will be here, and we will be hoping for a 90-degree day again. Thank you all so very much for joining us, The Hillbilly Kitchen. If you have not already, please click like and subscribe now. And until next time, remember to put God first.